Today was the deadline for thousands who were brought to the U.S. illegally as children to extend their protection against deportation. The Trump administration has already stopped accepting new applications under the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, also known as DACA. And for those eligible for a 2-year renewal, including about 1,400 people in this state, today was the last day to file paperwork. Tina Martin has more.
The other thing I need to pay.
Juliana Excuna of New Bedford is on edge. She finished her DACA renewal application and is hoping for the best.
I feel nervous. Really, I feel nervous, and I don't know what happened in the future.
Excuna is one of 1,400 people in the state eligible to renew DACA one last time. She came to the country from Guatemala when she was 12. She's now 26. For much of her life, Excuna lived undocumented, but in the last few years, she's been able to work and get a driver's license.
It's a stress because never we know what happened.
John Wilshire Carrera with Greater Boston Legal Services and Harvard's Immigration and Refugee Clinic submitted Excuna's final application.
This was a very important piece for us because we did a lot of original applications. We did over 350.
Carrera says the renewal number is much lower, closer to 50, and he wonders if everyone who can renew actually has.
This is a country that's really included them, embraced them, and now suddenly, because there's a change in political climate, suddenly they're being forced back into the shadows.
The Department of Homeland Security said in a statement that it does not share DACA information with immigration enforcement, meaning if someone has not renewed their status, their information will not be passed over to start the deportation process, unless the person has committed a crime. Juliana Excuna says she wants to stay, continue her education, and raise her 2.5-year-old son.
I don't want to go back in my country, but I don't know.
You're worried that you have to?
Yes.
Tina Martin joins me. Hey, Tina, how are you?
Good.
Could you, just so I'm clear, how many DACA recipients are there in total? I know 1,400 are in this renewal thing. How many total do we have in Massachusetts?
So we have 5,900 in Massachusetts. I know the numbers are confusing. So of the 5,900, 1,400 of those were eligible for this renewal.
Okay, and so for those who are in that renewal period, what happens if they don't renew? What happens if the deadline comes and goes and X hundred of them don't renew? Is this a one-and-done thing? You miss your opportunity? What happens?
Yeah, you miss your opportunity, but what I was told by immigration officials is that some folks are citizens through marriage and other situations, so they've kind of fixed their own situation. What's important to understand is that a statement that was issued by Homeland Security says that they do not share DACA information with immigration enforcement officials.
And so the consequence of that is that some people get left hanging? Is that
correct?
So what's the temperature on this? I mean, do officials say whether they think the vast majority of people are going to meet this deadline, or are you saying yes, they are?
Folks in Massachusetts are hoping that everyone was able to apply. There were some barriers. That fee is $495.
That's a big barrier.
That's a big barrier.
So what do people do that couldn't afford the $495?
So a lot of places, including Cambridge, took donations and tried to help people out that way.
But if you don't have a donation, it's $495. That's it. There's no.
That's it. It's $495.
Thank you very much for the update. Really important day. Thanks so much, Tina Martin. Appreciate it.